Well, today I'm going to be walking in and putting up another trail camera. I got permission to put it on this farm for a week. After 1 week, I'll come in and pick it up. I'm going to share all the photos with the landowner. He hunts also, but it's usually just during rifle season. I'm not going to be hunting this property myself, but I've got properties that join right up to it. I've got cattle on all those properties, so unable to put a camera on them right now without fencing something off. A couple weeks down the road, more towards primitive black powder season, I will have my cattle moved off where I can do some hunting then. Put a camera out without fear of the cows getting it knocked down. But anyhow, I'm gonna mount it to this tree right here. The camera is a render. It will send me pictures daily. You can set those however you want. I've got the new Exodus app, which in all honesty, they're having some trouble with it right now. It's still sending me most of the pictures, but sometimes I'm having to go in every 3 or 4 days, turn them on and off for them to recycle. They are in the midst of doing a firmware update, working out a few kinks. I'm just gonna put me some piles of feed here. It is great knowing that I've got neighbors that don't mind me putting out a camera. It'll help them come deer season when they're hunting. And as dry as it's been this year here in Oklahoma, I'm having to utilize just about every pasture that I've got right now. And it's gonna help me too get just a little bit prepared down the road. These Exodus cameras, they will send you videos, they'll send you pictures. You can basically control them all by your phone. You can use a Scout Tech app. That's what I did have prior. But the cost is about double with Scout Tech as compared to Exodus. So I went with the new Exodus app. And they are working out some kinks in it. Stay tuned, I'll show you what we got. Well, 10 days have passed. I've got hundreds, if not thousands, of pictures sent to me. I did have to come in here and swap out cameras after a few days. As I had mentioned before, Exodus was having just a little bit of trouble with their new app. I've had no trouble with my rivals, but about 2/3 of my renders are working properly. I did come in here and put out some more feed as I changed out the camera. And there is the rival, which I've had no trouble with the rivals. I'm gonna pull the camera up, take it home, we'll go through it, show you the nice prospects that we've got on here for bucks. And it does look like to me we need to shoot a few does in this area. I'd like to start out with this big buck. He's got his head down so it's hard to see. I'm going to zoom in so hopefully you can see those forks on his right side. I also had pictures of him about a mile away earlier in the season. This video is from 2 seasons ago. You notice his left side has always been his weak side. Didn't grow that G2 the last 2 years in a row. Now, as the season went on last year, he got his left side broke up a bunch. That's him at the end of the season. Next, we're going to go to a little 8-pointer. He was in here for hundreds of different pictures. He's very photogenic. I only shared 4 or 5 different pictures of him in here due to time. Then we're going to roll on ahead, get to some other deer. Here's a little bit older 8-point. I think he's probably on his second rack, probably a 2.5-year-old buck. He's not going to be big enough at the time to be too worried about. Then we're going to jump ahead to this smooth 10-pointer. Nice big bodied buck. Can't really tell much from the angle he was at on the age, so we're going to go to a camera that I had that was a mile away. I believe this is the same buck. Just based on 5 different pictures and videos that I got, I think he's a 3 or a 4-year-old buck. And we're going to go to this little guy who's just a 4-pointer. Got a few pictures of him come in one evening. I didn't just get pictures of deer, I got pictures of turkeys. I got pictures of porcupine standing in here with a few does. Now this porcupine, of course, as long as they don't touch him, they're going to be fine. So back to the does. If you've noticed throughout the doe pictures that I've shared, you hardly ever see a fawn. I had to go back through, actually I went through 23,000 pictures last night to find fawns. You notice this is a second fawn from this setup. We're going back to the 1st of July here, showing how dead the grass is. These fawns didn't have much vegetation to help them out, keep them coyote free this year. If you're going to take a doe here in northwest Oklahoma with the fawn population being low, I'd suggest you take one that doesn't have a fawn with it. The ones that's been able to raise a fawn, kudos to them. Good luck filling your freezer. Good luck chasing that trophy buck. If you want to see some more, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you don't mind, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments.